Like last time we were in India, me and Guru Jagat were literally scaling down the side of a mountain in Dharamsala because we were looking for the Dalai Lama's oracle. Basically, the Dalai Lama takes counsel with him, and some of the other Rinpoches takes counsel with the oracle. And so when we're hunting to have audience with some of these Rinpoches and these spiritual heavyweights, you know, it's not like you can't follow an itinerary. I mean, we spent like hours in buttering up the Dalai Lama's secretary, which now we're on email basis with. It was like Guru Jagat was like, your daughter's name, like blah 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 blah. Well, my daughter's name Pritam Shanti. Like we were trying. I mean, anything. We tried everything, and finally the guy gave us the email and said, next time we come, we can see. You know, we'll have audience. But so you know, you're hunting the thing, and so we I don't know what was happening, but we were hunting for a Rinpoche, and it was right after sadhana, and Guru Jagat and I were like going. There's a thing around His Holiness the Dalai Lama's temple where people walk and chant every morning. And then we were told that whoever we were looking for, which I can't remember which one right now, was in some building like down behind down off the mountain. So we started going down, you know, around, and I guess there's like this beautiful old folks home, like old Tibetan folk home, and they were so cute, but the Rinpoche doesn't live there. And so we ended up like, it was like a 3-hour, because once we got down off like one part of the mountain, then there was no other place to go but down. And so we're in like our full garb, kind of scaling down the side of this mountain down to a highway, which then we were told, you know, somewhere down the road there is where the thing is. So we ended up actually in a very interesting place where a woman who is a documentary filmmaker made a documentary that has gone around to a lot of the festivals about the women of Tibetan Buddhism, the wisdom keepers of Tibetan Buddhism, the women, and basically how they've been written out of kind of Tibetan Buddhist history and all this kind of stuff. And so we end up with her in her archival library, and the oracle just happens to have just come back from the Dalai Lama, giving him, you know, some channeling about an issue that the Dalai Lama was having. And so we end up getting audience with the oracle, and he's a very high being. So, but it was like, we weren't sure whether we were going to get audience with the oracle, and we're like landlining. You remember landlines? So we're like landlining back to, you know, somebody, whoever we can get to, you know, with the right, get them in the bus, get them down here right away. So that's how these trips go, because we're hunting energy. And Yogi Bhajan said, a yatra is not a retreat. A yatra is not like a luxury vacation. A yatra is a journey of your heart. A yatra is an exploration of your consciousness. A yatra is a movement of through time and space for your own evolution. And so we really take that very seriously. And so this year, we're going to be going to the enlightenment place of the Buddha, which we've all wanted to go to, and none of us have been to. Have you been to Bodh Gaya? Well, what's your? Oh, really? 5 months. Give us some juice on it, Natalia.
Buddhism is just located, so there's just different, you know, the ways that Buddhism is manifested in different cultures is all there. So you see the different, you know, cultures just chanting, all really into the Buddha, but in totally different ways.
How fascinating.
Yeah, it's beautiful. But
yeah.
I have no idea what it's like now.
Yeah, and then we're headed up to Sikkim. Julian, you want to give a little download about Sikkim?
When Guru Rinpoche was in Tibet in the 1300s, the king, there was a vision that the Dharma would be threatened. And the king said to Guru Rinpoche, find a safe place for the Dharma. And he walked from Tibet and found Sikkim. So ever since, it's been sort of this very magical protectorate of the Dharma teachings.
Before all that, we take you to the Hyatt in Amritsar. That was a point of contention last year. Don't worry, everybody's staying at the Hyatt this year. Okay, we learn. We just get better every year. And so we'll be in Amritsar. We'll be at the Golden Temple. It's a little bit. You have to get in a bus to go to the Golden Temple, which is why we didn't stay there last year. But we understand we're dealing with like a lot of Los Angeles and New Yorkers and Londoners and that kind of thing. So we'll be there, and then we ship you up. We take you up to Goindwal, and everyone does these steps. And not everyone has to, but it seems that we're very inspired this year. There's going to be a lot of people on the steps. So you can either chant Mul Mantra on the steps, or you can chant the full Japji on the steps. And then it's gotten so much easier to get up the steps. Like when we did it back in the day, it was the density of consciousness was much more dense. So it really has elevated, and now it almost feels like an escalator. It's like crazy to see everybody just coming up the steps, and it's really deep and really profound. So we get that done first because everyone's super anxious about it, and then we start to roll on the adventure. So that's kind of the plan. I am not going to India next year. So if you want to go to India with me, this is your chance. I'm not going. We may have somebody else, like Hudmanjot and Ramdana might take people, but I'm not going because I want to go to Bhutan. I want to get a tan. But we want to go to Bhutan and Nepal, and so I think we'll do that next year. And we're going to Tibet in the spring. So that's the plan. But if you want to come with us, and Hari Jivan's going to be there, and Mandev. So if you want to come with us, this is your chance until who knows when, because you know how things change. All right, so that's the plan. And the tickets from Los Angeles are super reasonable. So just work it out, and you can work it out with Hudmanjot.